Hello, so the first video that I want to talk about is the website Nearpod. And Nearpod is a cool interactive website that you can use as an educator, business professional, anybody to make your lessons more interactive for your classroom, which is super helpful, especially right now if you're teaching remotely or hybrid. It's just an extra tool to make your classroom more engaging. But as you can see, there is, it's sort of like other websites where you can enter a code and give the code to your students to join in. And you can give that code through the chat in like Zoom or something like that. But it's very organized. You can click here and that's where your lessons are stored. Reports, if you click on that, so if a lesson has already been created, you can go to the reports and check your individual student progress. So you can check participation of who answered the questions, who was just skipping through, who actually took the time to read the material, so on and so forth. There is a Nearpod library and then teacher resources as well. So when you first create your Nearpod account, there is a launch tour, there's a lesson builder, see how it works, explore lessons. So there's already tons of pre-made lessons that you can use that are already standard aligned. So specifically, this is something I want to implement in my cat time, which is just 25 minutes before school starts. With my students, I want to talk to them about social emotional learning and health. So I'm just going to type social emotional in the search bar. And like I said, there will come up a bunch of pre-made lessons that you can choose from. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the one that says resolving conflicts. And as I hover over, you can see that there's multiple different options. If you click student paced, this means the student gets to work at their own pace, which is so awesome because you give them a time limit, you give them the code, and then they work. So I'm going to go ahead and click preview to show you a little bit about this specific lesson. And it's resolving conflicts. I teach middle school, so this is right up my alley. And I'm going to go ahead and preview this lesson. And so it gives you the about this lesson. Nearpod is super cool because you're able to launch polls, quizzes, open-ended questions, things like that. So it says, how are you feeling right now? Honestly, I'm not sad, energetic, and frustrated. I'm calm and happy. I'm calm and happy. Let's be honest with ourselves. And here's an interactive quiz that you could do. But if this was live participation and student-based, you would actually be able to see who participates and who does not. You can add in images. Another cool thing is, here's an example of the open-ended questions. So you could type your answer in here and then submit that. And each slide that you work on, it's like an interactive PowerPoint presentation pretty much. That's like the basic gist of Nearpod. But I love how you get the information towards the end of the actual student progress and you're able to reflect on, what students might have answered incorrectly, where we need more help, and things like that. But the standards that I think really align, especially with Nearpod, is 3D. And it's support educators in using technology to advance learning that meets diverse learning, cultural, and social emotional needs for individual learners, and especially just the entire empowering leader 3. So leaders create a culture where teachers and learners are empowered to use technology in innovative ways to enrich teaching and learning. So my goal for using Nearpod is to implement it in my classroom for my cat time. And I really think that this is a cool tool that, all educators can use and even my coworkers. So that is my first website.